Hello and welcome to Miss Charlotte Astrology. I'm Miss Charlotte, a full-time working astrologer, and on this channel I analyse the astrological charts of public figures, and very often they are celebrities. And today I will be analysing the chart of Northwest, who is, of course, the daughter of Kim Ye. Well, she is Kim Ye, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. So she is their firstborn. She is the heir to the throne. Even her chart says that. And the reason why I'm looking at her today is because she's going viral for just mouthing off to her mother and being disrespectful in front of her employees and the designers that were working on her dress. And you know what's really funny about the situation? She is her father's daughter. She's definitely got some of her mother in there. You can definitely see that as well. But a lot of people are describing Northwest as Kim's karma, and she's put here to humble Kim. And I think that's funny, and I definitely think that's true. But I'm also, as much as I'm laughing, I'm also irking. Like, why are you raising your children to feel comfortable like that? To talk that way to you. I'm half Filipino. My mother would have smacked me across the mouth. I'm half Filipino, and I'm looking at that behavior and I'm like, what? Like I'm like, oh, Northwest, Bendo Bear. Like it brought out that Filipino mother in me. Like, you know, but you can't raise other people's children. And you know when people say, oh, you can't judge other people's parenting style? Oh, no. I can judge. I'm a judgmental person. I have enough experience in a classroom to tell when a kid is a narcissist or a psychopath, you know? Like I've seen some shit, literal shit. I've seen some shit in a classroom. And sometimes, guys, as much as someone can love children, because I think you have to love children to work with them, you can see when someone is just kind of shitty as a human being. And that has a lot to do with the parenting. So yeah, Northwest, listen, I understand it's probably not the most polite thing to do is admit that you don't like a child, but I'm an astrologer and I can be professional, and I can look at someone that I don't like and choose to have compassion for them and see them as, you know, a complex human being with struggles. You know, that's what I'm here for. But man, it's really hard to like this child when she's behaving like that. I don't give a fuck. You know what? Whatever. You can go judge me, because I'm going to continue to judge this child and her narcissistic parents that allowed her to treat them that way in front of a staff room full of people. That's just horrendous. That speaks more to Kim and Kanye than it does Northwest. And now they've created a monster. A Kim Ye monster. This is some Frankenstein shit. Anyway, let's have a look at her chart. A Virgo moon with a Gemini sun. And a Gemini Mars. There's a lot of mercurial energy. That is a lot. That is a lot of mercurial energy. And you know what? She has a lot of trines. She's got a kite in her chart. A few kites in her chart. It just shows when you have those very stable formations, like a kite, several grand trines, that's either very lucky or a very gifted person. And when someone's very lucky and very gifted, they can be lazy, you know? But let's look at the North Node. North Node is in Scorpio, in the 6th house of the everyday and work. So I think she will understand the value of hard work, but she needs to go through some disgrace. This is someone who's in for the long haul. She's a businesswoman. She is her mother's daughter. She is her father's daughter. She is going to be a business mogul. That North Node is very well aspected, even though it's with Saturn, which kind of sucks. It hurts. It hurts very much. But look how well aspected. Look at the blue lines from the Saturn. Look at all the blue lines from the North Node. She will get better with age, and she will understand what hard work, and she'll understand what karma is. I think there will be reputational problems. Her South Node is in Taurus. And it's Yeah, her south node is in Taurus. It's in the 12th house of what's a boundary? No boundary. I can like be mean to my mom on national TV. I don't know what the consequences are yet because the whole world's going to defend me because I'm a child. But wait until she's older and she keeps doing that shit. Wait. And then you're going to have to prove yourself. You're going to have to prove yourself, girl. But yeah, at the moment, she's living in the lap of luxury, mouthing off and not paying for it. But she's a child, so we can't be too mean to her. It has more to do with the parents anyway. She has her sun on her ascendant. She's a Gemini rising. You know, it's really interesting. She's an inversion of her mother because her mother is a Sag rising. Kim is a Sag rising with a Virgo midheaven. And North is a Gemini rising with a Pisces midheaven. So if you put their charts on top of each other, I might do a synastry chart at some point. They even each other out. And that happens a lot in family charts, is that you'll have someone's like, you'll be someone's opposite and then you clash. But at the same time, you know, you teach them a lot and you even each other out. So she needs to watch her temper. So Mars in Gemini, and her Mars is in a very verbal sign. So she shows aggression through words. Her words are very sharp, very mean girl energy. That squares off with her midheaven, I think, because the midheaven is like the public part of the chart, right? That's what the world sees. And if you're being mean and mouthing off to your mother, oh, that clip is going to come back to her and kick her in the butt in 10 years. It's going to kick her in the butt, or maybe even less than that. When she turns 18, there will be like lots of clips of her just being sassy and being mean girl. It'll come back to her. And I think she'll get the karma then. She's a child right now, so she just is kind of unruly and she can get away with it, but she'll pay. And you know what's really sucks is that people are going to enjoy that shit. It's like going to be a really fun show to watch because that's what happens in the Kardashians. When there's drama, it's kind of fun to watch them in pain because they're so privileged. You get to watch them be human. But yeah, Mars in a very detrimental square to her midheaven, to her Neptune, to her Chiron. Her bad temper and her mouthing off is going to, you know, it's going to spiral into, it's going to be a disgrace spiral. So she needs to watch her language because it can be a bad temper. And her Mars is squared her moon as well. It forms a lot of T-squares. All of this Pisces, the Chiron, the midheaven, the Neptune, with this Virgo, this Virgo Gemini. This is a mutable mayhem of a T-square. And with Chiron on the midheaven, she's going to be very wounded about what people think of her. She's going to be very self-conscious of her image. And at the same time, it's probably going to perpetuate her bad temper. Like, you're looking at me the wrong way. The editing. Like, it's just, the more she fights, the more she gets in trouble. She needs to learn how to, she needs some anger management, potentially. You know, learn how to manage her anger. That would be very helpful. But her Mars is positively aspected her Uranus. So, and you know what? She's got Pallas Athena here. Mars in a conjunction with Pallas Athena. It's a bit of the genius, strategic genius. When she can put that into something 11th house, something on the internet, something involving a group or a community. Like if her Mars is really good if she's trying to get people together, or she's trying to go viral, or she's trying to get a message out to the world. Like if she can channel that, if she can just get angry about the right things, she'll be fine. If she can get angry about, you know, world issues like humanitarian crisis, like she would be great, like being potentially a bit of a political figure. I actually think she could be a bit of humanitarian eventually, once she can just not be so in her ego. And if she can just learn to manage that Mars, manage that anger, and put it into something that is beneficial for the world and not just lining her pocket full of money, she's going to do so well and her reputation is going to do better. Yeah. Because essentially what the world wants from her is to be a bit of a humanitarian and to be a guiding light and to bring people together and to heal and to give hope. Because the midheaven, highest point in the sky, your public image, Chiron is the wounded healer. So she should be a healer. She should be vulnerable. Whatever traumas that she experiences, are gonna actually inform her on how she can help others. And I think being wounded and getting a bit of an ego hit it will humanize her. I hate the word humble. Like, it's going to turn her into a real person, and Neptune on the midheaven, I mean, that's ultimate fame. That's the icon. Like, she's got that iconic kind of energy. She's super famous. She's got very similar, it's not the same, but it's a similar chart to Princess Charlotte, like the savior of the family. Like, she truly is the heir to the throne. She's the queen. She's the queen. But in order to deserve that place, I mean, Neptune is lost. Neptune is sacrifice. Neptune is really beautiful, and it's iconic and all these, really lovely things, but it's also suffering, and I think suffering turns her from, a socialite into a savior, Pluto is going to be moving in here in 20 years, and she'll be in her 30s when that happens. And Pluto and Pisces is when the queens came. That was the era of the queens. And there will be, by that time, there'll be lots of queens. The monarchs of Europe will be mainly women. And it's going to be interesting. She'll be up there, even though she's not officially a queen, but she will be in America. She'll be she'll be doing meet and greets with Princess Charlotte or Queen Charlotte by then. She's going to have an interesting life. So she does have Pluto in this, it's in the 7th house, but it plays into the 8th because that's where that 8th house cusp lies. Secrets are, oh my God, there's secrets about her family. There's secrets about dad. That's secrets about, there's some dark stuff her family keep from her, and that she might only find out later on in life. People with Pluto in the 8th have a lot of trauma around family money, divorce. I mean, Pluto is opposing her Venus, and Uranus is square. There's a T-square with Uranus, Pluto, and her Venus. That's not fun for relationships. When you have a T-square with your Venus, especially if it's with generational placements, things out of your control, like Pluto in the 8th house, the family secrets, the family trauma, money issues, and with her Uranus in the 11th house, which is mega fame, those things are working against her Venus, her love life, her relationships, her friendships. So there may be betrayals. There may be relationship breakups. I don't want to say the D word, but that could be there. And I think with as well, Mercury is at 18 degrees. The Mercury is the mind, remember? And it's at the 18th sick degree. It's on the sick degree. Her brain, her mind is on the 18th sick degree. And it's squared off with Uranus. So you know how people talk about how similar she is to her father? I'm not wishing this for her, but it's something she will need to check herself a lot. She will need to go into therapy. I mean, even if I didn't see this chart, knowing what we know about Kanye and that family, she needs to learn to take care of herself. She needs support for her mental health, for sure. She's got a T-square with the moon, Mars. The fame is going to interfere with her personal life. The moon is at the bottom of the chart. I think with her moon on top of Kim's midheaven as well, because Kim has a Virgo midheaven. It's so funny that when you have famous people having children, I've seen it. Famous people having children, instead of playing out in the second quadrant like the 4th, 5th, and 6th houses, which is usually where regular people have their child's placements in a synastry chart, famous people have their kids' placements on their midheaven. It's so weird. Like Meghan Markle, her daughter's moon is on her midheaven. Northwest, her moon is on Kim's midheaven. Princess Charlotte, her son, is on Kate's midheaven. It's wild. It's just something that I've noticed. Yeah. But yeah, I think she's being in relationships makes her rich though. Her Venus is trining the Chiron and the Neptune. So I think being in a relationship, dating, her love life is going to make her more wealthy. It's going to make her more valuable. It's going to make her more visible. Marriage will make her rich. I don't necessarily think it's going to, mean that it's all going to be perfect and happy. What is? But Venus in the second house is, relationships and beauty are good for money. She'll make money from her beauty. She'll make money from her fashion and her style. She might actually become a fashion designer with Venus trining Neptune. I could see that for her. Her dad is. Her dad and her mum are fashion designers. Mercury trines Chiron. So speaking about vulnerability things, helping people will be good for her. Like if she can just put whatever pain she has into helping the public and the less fortunate, she's going to be super popular. But she can't do it because she's popular. Because I think people are very aware that this family does charity things for their reputation. She needs to do it from her heart because people will see through it. People are waiting for her to muck up, at least when she's an adult. Like even now, right now, it's really hard. It's hard to like her. People with Chiron on the midheaven, it can be really hard to like them until they get humanized, until they get humbled. And I hate that. As an Aries, I hate saying that, but she's born into a very wealthy family. We're about to enter Pluto and Pluto and Aquarius, guys. Do you know what happened during the last Pluto and Aquarius? Go watch the film Napoleon, the opening scene with Marie Antoinette and the guillotine. We are entering that era 250 years later. It was a messy time, guys. Pluto and Aquarius, the rich people, the rich and famous. We don't have necessarily famous aristocracy because back in the olden days, people this famous, like North and her family, they were aristocrats. We don't have that as much anymore. Dare I say, the celebrities have more money than the aristocrats now. And if they are not for the people, then they will be for the guillotine. So she needs to do something for the people. You know what? This family, they're billionaires. They could solve world hunger in a moment. Like that. But they don't. So, yeah, she needs to do something humanitarian, and it has to come from her heart, not from her head, and not for her wallet, and not for her reputation. She has to do something that's heart-centered. But she will be successful, but she will have to pick up the mantle, and I think she needs to, go through the karma and the disgrace and the difficulty. But she'll plow through it and she'll become successful for sure. That is very well aspected. I just hope she can get out of this mean girl phase. I think she's just been enabled because she's a child. So, I have some friends that are Geminis with Virgo moons. I do. But this is why I'm saying this, because they scare the shit out of me because they can be mean girls. Mean girls. All that mercurial energy. Oh, critical. Biting. She's got a lot of mercurial energy. A Virgo moon combined with a Sun and Mars in Gemini. She fighting words. Brutal. One day though, she might say the wrong thing to someone who doesn't care about her wealth and doesn't care about her status. And I don't think she's experienced that yet because she's around yes people that can't talk back to her. She has a lot of power for such a young person. So I think she needs to come into contact with people that don't give a shit. He'll be like, hey, I'm going to show you what a guillotine looks like. She'll be fine. She's rich. Whatever. Yeah. As they all are. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. Happy Pluto and Aquarius. She'll be fine. She'll be good. It's all good. If you would like me to read your chart, either via recorded reading, where there is no appointment, or via Zoom, which is an appointment, you can book below. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your support. Bye.